What's up, my crypto legends? In this episode, we are taking a look at the Bitcoin price on the 4-hourly chart, and I see a very similar scenario that happened here back in May, where we had this massive sell-off. You had a kind of dead cat bounce, and then you continued to the downside, and then you had a relief rally, okay, getting above these lower highs. Now, this is very similar what is happening right now for BTC, where you did have kind of a dead cat bounce, and then you start dropping down, and then you have that kind of relief rally, and everybody's getting a little bit excited now at this moment because it looks like that we are breaking important levels, but the volume is very low. We'll be taking a look at the Bitcoin price here on the 1-hourly chart because the volume is extremely low. We're almost hitting the 62% levels Fibonacci retracement, so we are getting ready, I think, for that rollover to the downside. I did place a short position here on Bybit, okay, around about the $48,000. I would be adding to my position if the Bitcoin price did go to that $49,000 range as expected, but we'll be talking about my position and also Ethereum. What is Ethereum going to do? Is Ethereum here going to form this kind of dodgy right shoulder, and we'll be forming a head and shoulder right over here and breaking the neckline to the downside, potentially hitting the $2,600 range? We'll be talking about this situation. Also in the Ethereum BTC chart, you know, we did talk about this yesterday, breaking here the resistance. Are we going to continue to the upside, or are we going to retrace first and then continue to the upside? We'll be talking about this today. Guys, remember, PrimeXBT has got an insane bonus down below. It is my favorite day trading platform, okay? If you use my link in the description, you're getting 50% added to your deposit, and now they have added Polkadot, they have added Chainlink. You could trade Dogecoin also. They have all sorts here using Bitcoin, Ethereum as collateral, and you could trade all of these different assets. Guys, said this, let's dive in straight into the video. Hello there, Andy here. Welcome back to another episode of Bitcoinsensus. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe daily today on Bitcoin cryptocurrency. And I also do live streams, and I'll be doing a live stream today, so make sure to subscribe. I'm not a financial advisor, don't buy or sell anything that I say, and if you do so, do your own research. Let's dive in, guys, here straight into the Bitcoin price. And I just want to go back here, back in May. As you can see, we did have this major sell-off, okay, having a cascade of a panic sell here, dropping here all the way down below the $30,000. Now, after this, you know, with a huge amount of volume, what usually happens is that you do have a kind of dead cat bounce. You almost retest the low bit, okay, and then you can see the price, you know, getting a little bit exhausted and coming here to the downside, back to retest almost the low here from the major drop. Then you usually have a rally, okay, a relief rally, which takes you above, you know, the lower highs that you have created, okay, to the downside, as you can see right over there, just touching the $40,000. I remember here a lot of people were becoming extremely bullish. I was coming a bit bullish myself. Then afterwards, you know, you do see that the volume is very low compared to the drop, right? So you do have that effect where the buyers don't have enough volume, okay, to pump the price higher, and then you do see the price of BTC, you know, coming below, right? This would be the first spring point. You have another spring point right over there below the actual drop. Now, let me just zoom in here, because it looks like something very similar is happening in a lower time frame right over here. So if I zoom in, okay, on the price of BTC, we do know the deal. We've had a major drop with this huge amount of volume. Then you have this kind of dead cat bounce scenario where you come to lower levels, okay, not even touching the low part, which was around about the $42,200 range. We did, and now we are having that major relief rally, okay. Check out the volume, guys. The volume is extremely low on this relief rally. This doesn't mean that suddenly we can pop to the upside, but this is looking at the probabilities, okay. It is more probable here that we might be pumping a little bit more. If the volume is even lower, it is more probable to have that rollover and come back down, retesting the lows or almost the lows here at around about the $43,000 range, then doing, you know, the actual V-shaped recovery. It is a possibility, but looking at the probabilities, it is more probable to come to the lower levels here. Now, you know, why did I take this example, what happened here in May, if it's in a bigger time frame? It doesn't matter, guys. It doesn't matter. You need to just check out the volume. You know, we have more selling pressure to the downside. As you can see, we've had this consolidation, we have the relief rally, and usually when this happens, you do see a rollover, okay? So I am, you know, putting my money where my mouth is. I do have a short position here. My stop loss is well above the $50,000. It is a bit of a risky one, but I am pretty confident that this, might have that rollover and will be coming back down to retest the $43,000 range, where I'll be taking most of my profits. Okay, another cool thing that I want to see here, when you have such a severe drop on the BTC price, and you usually have an ABC correction, right? So if I do, one of my favorite tools to check out an ABC correction is the Fibonacci extension tool, right? So if we have a major drop, we go to the low pit. Okay, we've created an A correction, then a B, almost hitting the low parts. All right, if we do retest the lows, then this is not an ABC correction. Usually you almost have to retest the lows, which would be all the way down here. And here you can clearly see that we've just about hit the 100% here of the Fibonacci extension here, getting that major resistance where the price of BTC can be pushed down. Now sometimes we do also come all the way up to the 1.6. okay, so this doesn't mean that this has to finish right over here. We could see a little bit of more price action to the upside, especially if the volume is down. I'm expecting that potential rollover like I mentioned. Now let's take a look at the BTC price here on the 1 hourly. And what we can clearly see is that we have broken this major resistance zone, which is the $47,000 range. We did have major resistance, support, and support. But what do I want to see in a breakout? I want to see pretty high volume. Okay, I want to see some volume, something like this, or not even this, maybe half of this, something like this, a little bit higher. And we haven't had any of that volume, meaning that the bulls haven't got that steam, they haven't got that buying pressure. Now all of the weight of the BTC price going down is because of this massive candle with this huge amount of volume. So are the bulls going to manage to make that V-shaped recovery? Well, in my opinion, it is very unlikely. I am expecting the BTC price to potentially go to lower levels, at least retesting the $43,000. Will I get wrecked? Well, this is something that we will see in the next coming days. Now let's take a look at Ethereum, because Ethereum also, we talked about this yesterday. I was expecting this major pump, after having this major drop. You do need to see that relief rally, right? We need to go potentially to the 62% levels, maybe 78% Fibonacci retracement. That would be the absolute limit, but usually want to see, potentially 62%. Now if I get the Fibonacci retracement tool from the top here of the drop to the downside, you can clearly see that Ethereum is just above the 62% levels right over here. Okay, we are struggling to get above. This would be the major zone where you would actually short, because you're hitting, a major resistance, which is the 62% levels. The volume is to the downside. So we also see here in the past, this is why I have my purple box, that this has been a major resistance and support zone. This is the $3,650 range. Okay, we have resistance there, support, support, support. As soon as we broke it, it was major resistance, the 3,600. So it is a major level, and this is where we're currently at here for the Ethereum price. Now, this is what I got for Ethereum. I think it's very unlikely. The moment I'm going to start becoming bullish is when I see a massive candle breaking here, the $3,900 with a huge amount of volume. Then I'm going to say, guys, it is very, very likely that we might be actually breaking here these highs over here. But for the moment, this is the moment, when you come bearish, you have a huge amount of volume, huge amount of price action on this retracement. And this is also an ABC correction, and we actually hitting, I think, let me just check here with the Fibonacci extension tool. To measure this, you have the major drop, you go from the low part to the A correction. This has been the A, right? This is where the A has finished. Then we go to the B correction, not this one, it has been this one right over here. And if I extend the Fibonacci extension tool, you can clearly see that we just about almost touched the 100%. So we could have a small pump potentially here before dropping to the $3,700, a wick or two, a little bit of volatility before we continue to the downside. Now, this is probabilities, guys. This doesn't mean it has to happen. I think it is very, very likely that 65%, this has a 65% to actually drop here because of the major volume. The volume is drying up while we're going up. The bulls don't have that massive steam. Now this could change in a blink of an eye and have a massive pump here with a huge amount of volume, and eventually all of this is invalidated. But this is why trading is risky. You need to have good risk management. Don't risk too much. Put your stop loss pretty tight to your entry. free. And you know, this is what I got for you guys here with Ethereum. Let's take a look at the Ethereum BTC chart, because yesterday we were talking about this potential descending wedge, and what has happened here on the Ethereum BTC chart in the past. Well, you know, when we have these huge descending wedges, we break resistance and then created another descending wedge, we break the resistance. So you know, if the trend is going to the upside and we create these descending wedges on the Ethereum BTC chart, they usually tend to break to the upside, and this is what exactly happened. Okay, before we talked about this yesterday. Before breaking the major resistance zone, we have clearly broken out here. And yeah, what can we expect for the Ethereum BTC pair in the next coming days? Well, I think that it is very, very possible, if we do have that severe drop for BTC and Ethereum in the coming days, that I'm not sure which one's going to drop harder, Ethereum or BTC. But if Ethereum does drop, I think we should be getting pretty good support here from the resistance of this descending wedge before we actually roll over and continue to the upside. This is my take, guys. There's two scenarios here for Ethereum BTC, in my opinion. We continue to the upside here, or we drop here, get retested by the support. And you know, if we do make this scenario, I think I'm going to be becoming very bullish. I might be placing some long orders here on PrimeXBT, because the Ethereum BTC pair is on PrimeXBT, guys. Remember, the link is down below. Getting 50% added to your deposit by using Bitcoinsensus 50 as the promotion code. I've also got a tutorial of PrimeXBT down below to check it out if you don't know how to trade on this platform. This is what I got for this update, guys. Remember, I'm doing a live stream afterwards. I'll be connecting with the community, answering your questions, checking out your favorite cryptocurrency, and giving you my opinion here on the charts. If you haven't checked out the Bitcoinsensus website, guys, check it out. The latest news today is some major crypto assets to be accepted by the world's largest movie theater chain. So make sure to check out that news. Totally free information down below on the Bitcoinsensus website. If you haven't seen my PrimeXBT or Bybit tutorial to learn how to trade on those platforms, video on the screen right now, guys, and I'll see you later on the live stream.